This tractor driver is really smart. When he invented a way to deal with a tractor that was stuck in the mud. And the effectiveness of his invention was so surprising. Guys. A young man was standing on the sidewalk when he saw a manhole cover in the middle of the road. Seeing people indifferently looking at the manhole cover and walking past, he decided to go down to the street to cover it. This act of community safety brought him luck and resolved his bad luck in an instant. Male athlete number 749 was sprinting towards the finish line when suddenly a rope fell from the sky and wrapped around his leg. He tried to run to the finish line to win first place. But because of the rope falling from the sky, he missed the chance to win the gold medal. The driver of this 5-seater car reversed the car into a narrow corner and parked very classy. Right? The parking space was only a very narrow corner. But the driver still reversed the car into it very easily in just a few dozen seconds. The dump truck driver was carrying very large rocks and soil while loading the dump truck to dump the rocks and soil to patch up a previously collapsed section of road. However, the large rock got stuck in the dump truck, causing the dump truck to overturn and causing the above phenomenon. What do you think about the traffic situation between the driver of the dump truck and the driver of the 7-seater car? Both drivers think they are right. Neither is willing to give way.
Several tons of concrete were poured onto the roof to complete a balcony. But the formwork was made very simply by the contractor, and the result of that simplicity is what you have witnessed. Has this tractor driver been called the best yet? A sharp turn, a very steep and narrow road. While his truck was carrying a very heavy load, he still skillfully drove the truck up the hill very easily. Has this tractor driver been called the best yet? A sharp turn, a very steep and narrow road. While his truck was carrying a very heavy load, he still skillfully drove the truck up the hill very easily.
The driver of a 5-seater car entered an automatic car wash for the first time. He got out of the car and opened the back door to get something. Before he could close the car door, the automatic car wash system was activated, leaving him standing there watching as the car door got stuck. I can't stop laughing. Guys, I don't understand why the driver of this excavator, before leaving the cabin, encountered the rotation mode, causing his excavator to keep rotating continuously like that. After a while of using his quick IQ, the driver was able to return to the cabin to stop the excavator. The invention of extremely unique tires by a tractor driver, when his truck was still carrying goods normally, while the road was covered with ice and snow. And the driver designed very unique tires, which could overcome the ice and snow that was covering the road surface. A fish spotted a snake wriggling its head on a tree branch not far from the water. So it jumped up to bite it. But the snake wrapped itself tightly around the branch, causing the fish to be stuck in mid-air. Luckily, its teammates jumped up to help the fish. This was with the truck driver who was going in the same direction. This way of greeting was very special, so it got a lot of attention from the other drivers present. The driver of the tractor trailer deliberately encroached on the lane, not allowing other vehicles to pass. The authorities should revoke the driver's license of such unethical and uncivilized drivers and impose an appropriate punishment to deter other troublemakers. In this case, The authorities have not yet dealt with the matter. But the cause and effect have come to fruition immediately. A strange phenomenon happened to an electric motorbike. The owner had put the kickstand down on the road. But for some reason, when the owner was not there, the motorbike kept automatically going around on the road without falling over. Do you think there is a supernatural world controlling this electric motorbike? The driver of the car was 7 times better than the driver of the truck in the opposite direction. The truck was carrying a very heavy load, and the truck driver just kept going. Two cranes combined to lift a ship ashore for repairs. But because of poor coordination, and the carelessness of the yellow crane driver, the process of lifting the ship did not go as smoothly as they had hoped. The container truck driver seems to be a bit inexperienced. Right? When he drives on a two-way street, every time he tries to avoid vehicles going in the opposite direction, he gets lightly scraped by the vehicles going in the opposite direction. The driver of a red 5-seater car hit another red 5-seater car parked on the sidewalk. He should have stopped to check and compensate the owner of the car parked on the sidewalk. But he hurriedly ran away. The excavator driver worked very hard. He only focused on breaking rocks as quickly as possible and harvesting as much as possible as each hour passed. This was with the truck driver who was going in the same direction. This way of greeting was very special, so it got a lot of attention from the other drivers present. Roads are for everyone to travel on. But it seems that some drivers think the road belongs to their family alone. So there are scenes of blocking the road, fighting for the road, like the two drivers of the 5-seat car in this video.
The driver of the pickup truck and the driver of the 5-seater car, because they hadn't seen each other for a long time, stopped their cars in the middle of the road to talk and ask about each other's health, blocking right in front of another car traveling in the same direction.
In your opinion, should this car be called a 3-wheeled car or a 4-wheeled car? In terms of appearance, it is the design of a 5-seater car. But in fact, the car only has 3 wheels to be special. Guys. The young man climbed the vertical wall with his bare hands and feet as quickly as Spider-Man. Is his vertical wall climbing technique considered the best of the best?
The goal for the team wearing blue was scored by the player wearing number 13. A brilliant goal. The ball went in a beautiful arc.
The player wearing red shirt number 24, although being fouled by the opposing team's player, had a very lovely and happy action.
Do you think two players pulling each other on the field like this should receive a card from the referee?